Hey guys, so today we will understand the concept behind the minimum velocity and stalling velocity. Some people used to think like stalling velocity itself is the minimum velocity of the aircraft. It is not like that. So today we will clear this concept. First of all, we need to understand, uh, guys, minimum velocity is the engine characteristic, and stalling velocity is the aerodynamic characteristic. So why I'm saying this? Because this minimum velocity that we used to call sometimes YV minimum, this B minimum velocity is the minimum velocity of aircraft which is produced by the engine. We can say the engine minimum velocity of the engine, is it, or power plant. And this stalling velocity is the minimum velocity at which the aircraft can fly in the air, because if we will go less than the stalling velocity we cannot fly. It is impossible to fly in the air. So the stalling velocity is the minimum velocity which we have to maintain to fly the aircraft in the air. Is it okay, guys? Now what we will do now, just we will consider two engines. Engine first, which has the minimum velocity is equal to 20 meter per second, and second engine which has the minimum velocity 40 meter per second. This is the second engine. Now we have a choice which engine we should use in our aircraft. Suppose we are having an aircraft which has the stalling velocity is equal to 30 meter per second. Guys, try to understand this concept. It is very important for GATE exam. And stalling velocity you know very well. Stalling velocity means if we will draw a graph between lift coefficient and alpha, if the aircraft has symmetric airfoil then graph start from here. So as alpha increases the CL will increase. If alpha will go more than the stalling angle of attack, then CL start decreasing. That we can understand in another video. Just we will see what is the stalling velocity here. So guys, this is the CL max, and according to this CL max, this is the stalling angle of attack, and here we will get the stalling velocity. Okay guys, and that stalling velocity obviously depends on the CL max and stalling angle of attack, guys. Is it okay? So now the question is, if we are using this first engine in our aircraft, can we fly with the minimum velocity that is given by the engine is 20 meter per second? No, because aerodynamics foundation is there. That is stalling velocity. Because if we will go less than this velocity, then we cannot fly in the air, because stalling velocity is the minimum velocity necessary for the aircraft to fly, to sustain in the air. And in this case, the minimum velocity is 40 meter per second. So we cannot come, we never fly to the stalling velocity in this case, because the engine allow up to 40 meter per second only. So in this case, the minimum velocity, sorry, in the first case, the minimum velocity is stalling velocity. In the second case, minimum velocity is the velocity of the engine, minimum velocity of the engine is 40 meter per second. Guys, I think so you have understood this concept clearly. Always remember, minimum velocity is not the stalling velocity every time, okay? So minimum velocity depends on the engine, and the stalling velocity depends on the aerodynamic characteristic like the CLmax, alpha s, and all those. So guys, they can give you in the gate exam like two minimum velocities means two engines and stalling velocity, and they can ask like by any way they can rotate the questions. So guys, I'll put this slide into the description box, and please comment like you understood or not. If you have any doubt, you can ask me anytime. I'll make another video on this. So for this type of conceptual topics, you can subscribe our channel. Thank you so much, guys.